Good morning, class. We'll be presenting on the character of Pilate. My name is Newfield.
I'm Jessica Heusner.
Firstly, what we want to say is that we both picked Pilate as our favorite character, and the reason for being so is because she's a character that goes against the grain. In doing so, she does not assimilate, or she does not conform to any factor of society that she does not feel that she feels does not align with her sense of individuality. And we see this through her relationship with her brother, who views her as a dirty person, or a poverty-stricken person. We also see this view between her relationship with her and her nephew, who at first was viewing her from the information he got from his father. So we see that she does not care about how people view her. She's a strong character. We read her through a feminist lens. She's the matriarch of her family. She takes care of her daughter and granddaughter. She is just an all-around strong woman. So now we'll move into her personal experiences.
I think it's particularly significant to mention the documentary that Toni Morrison did, that we all watched, and she spoke about Baldwin's theory that there's this small white man in your head, and once you get rid of this white man, you're able to do stretch both vertically, horizontally, what is expected of you by society. You don't close yourself off from opportunities, and I think Pilate was able to do this by witnessing what had happened to her father early on. She basically decided this wasn't the route I'm going to go. This white man in my head needs to get out, and I'm not going to deal with him. And she basically encompasses a woman that is
liberated.
I think what African Americans tend to pride their matriarch as strong, independent females, and I think she encompasses all of these. Like he mentioned, Pilate is a strong character, and she has seen so much loss throughout her life. She lost her mother, she lost her father, she witnessed the murder of her father, she lost her brother at a young age as well. She had to sleep in the cave with her father, for what, 3 days?
3 days, yes.
That's pretty hardcore for a child. So
yes.
That could tell the kind of character that she has going into life, the experiences that she has had that have shaped her.
So first we'll touch on her childhood experiences.
When she was born, she is described as a character that is born without navel or belly button. Mm-hmm. And this is extremely important because due to this, I don't know if you'd like to call it a deformity, but she has been mocked, abandoned, and teased her entire life. So this shapes her as well throughout the story and her life. She's lost lovers because of this lack of a belly button. She's lost a mother figure due to this as well, because not having a belly button makes you weird.
It makes you weird.
And people tend to move away from her, even though she has so much love to give. Because at the end, we see her talking about when she dies, when she says that she wished that she had more bodies so that she could love more.
Yeah.
Yes, as I was saying, she has so much love to give, and at the end of the novel, she talks about how she wishes she could have known more people so that she could have loved more people, which in essence basically tells us that she was a loving character, and although she had so many horrendous experiences in her childhood, and they did not change her humanity in a way, in the sense that she still cared for others more than she cared for herself at times. So
Yes, and another thing about Pilate that we want to touch on is her connection to her father. And we see this through the earring that he gave her. And on this earring, towards the end, we find out that it was her name.
Pilate had seen a lot of heartache and devastation in her life as a child, in childhood experiences, but that never moved her away from humanity, love, caring. She still cared for others. At the end of the novel, when she dies, or at the end when she reaches her end, she speaks of wishing she had known more people so that she could have loved more, which I think is extremely telling. And the fact that the snuff box earrings that she had and she carried around, where it was her father's, the only word he ever wrote, and we know that he was basically illiterate. It was of real significance to her. That was left as basically a headstone. And when the birds came down, one of them swooped in and took the snuff box. It's symbolic of flight, which is a major theme in this text. And flight meaning, I guess Milkman considered this to be similar to Solomon, who had apparently taken flight to go back to Africa, and realizing that Pilate would forever live. She left a bit of her on earth with him in memory's body, but the bird taking this earring was also symbolic of her taking flight and living in the clouds.
The article that we chose to represent Pilate's character the best was Amy Cezaire's Discourse on Colonialism, because we believe that Pilate represents identity. She represents the African American community, not trying to merge or trying to be a part of the Anglo-America or Euro-America atmosphere. So in this article, Cesaire plainly states, he says that a civilization that proves incapable of solving the problems it creates is a decadent civilization. I think this applies well to Pilate's character, because in the beginning we see that she resorts to moonshining and bootlegging, and this is a form of her own economic profitability, and she refuses to give in to the norms of how white people essentially were treating black people at the time. She refused to be a prostitute. She refused to do meager tasks, or she refused to do domestic tasks for these people. So by doing bootlegging and moonshining, she was being her own individual, and she was doing her own thing, basically, in essence.
She refused to basically conform to what certain society or societal niches were at the time, during that time, and living an existence based on hospitality and generosity rather than greed, capitalism that we see with her brother. She chose to go the opposite route, and this she also cut her hair, wore pants, took on roles that were not necessarily roles for women.
Traditional
roles. So she contradicted, and she went against the status quo and challenged gender norms in her society.
So our question to the class is, does economic status hinder Pilate from being a great mother and a role model to her family? I just want to know what you guys think about that question.
We have our own opinion, clearly we've stated it.
Yes.
We feel like she's a strong woman, a strong black woman, and she is everything that a mother should be, according to us. But we would like to know what you guys feel about that situation.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed our presentation. This is our take on Pilate, a short snippet. If you have any questions at all, or if you want to have a discussion outside of class, please feel free to contact any of us.
No, I
you know, or UV emails, and if you want the article from Amy Cesare, or if you want
We
any
can
other
definitely send that.
articles, yes, because we have a couple more that if you guys are interested in it for essay or anything, please feel free to contact me if my colleague doesn't know. But anyways, thank you guys for taking the time out to listen.